Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We are starting with third part of quadratic equation. Till now we have learned about the general formula or the general equation for the quadratic equation. Okay, we have learned different conditions for a polynomial to be a quadratic equation. Okay, so now we'll deal with two terms. One is zeros of the equation and other thing is roots of the equation. Okay, what are the zeros of the quadratic equation and roots of the equation? Okay, so what do we mean by both these terms? Let me tell you, they both zeros and roots of the equation are both the same. Okay, you'll find this in the textbook, zeros and the roots. Okay, they both are the same, but what do we mean? Suppose we'll consider an equation. First, just write the general equation: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, so there has to be a value for x. There has to be a value for x, which when we put in this equation, okay, and we solve, the value for this equation should come to 0. Just consider this equation: 2x square minus 2x square minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so put 1, x equals to 1 in LHS. Okay, so we'll write LHS is equal to 2 1 square minus 3 times 1 plus 1, that is 2 into 1 minus 3 plus 1, that is 2 plus 1 minus 3, that is 2 plus 1 is 3 and 3 minus 3 is 0, that is equals to RHS. Okay, so zeros of the equation means the value for x, when we put in this equation, the value for the whole equation should come to 0. That's why it is known as zeros of the equation, or also we can say it is the roots of the equation. Okay, so we'll solve further examples. These are the from exercise 4.2 from NCERT. Okay, exercise 4.2 from NCERT. First one is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. Okay, first let me tell you, to find the roots of the equation or the zeros, there are different methods. Okay, one is solving it by factorization method, and other is by completing the square. Completing the square. Okay, and third, this is same but more generalized, using quadratic formula. Okay, using quadratic formula. So we'll first begin with factorization method. Okay, we have the question x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. Now what is factorization method? We'll learn using this example only. Okay, first we have, suppose this equation, let us assume as ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Okay, so first step we have to multiply this with this, a and c. Okay, a and c, a into c. Okay, And second step, we'll have to find the factors for this number. Okay, and then we have to split b, this number b, split such that when we add the split number, suppose we split b into x and y. Okay, so when we add x and y, x plus y, we should get b number, and when we multiply x into y, we should get this number. Okay, I'll explain using this example. So here we have nothing is written, so here is 1. Okay, so 1 into minus 10, that is minus 10 only, and we have to split minus 3 such that suppose we split in a and b such that a plus b will give me minus 3 and a into b will give me minus 10. Now you got it. A plus b should be minus 3, the middle term, and a into b should be minus 10, that is multiplication of first and the last term. Okay, so what are these numbers? We'll find by factorization. Suppose minus 10, we have minus 10 here, so we know that 5 into 2 is 10, 5 into 2 is 10, right? So, and 5 plus 2 is 7 and not 3, and we need minus 10 here, not plus 10. So what do? If we 5 plus minus 2, that is minus 10. 5 plus minus 2 will give minus 10. The second condition is satisfied, but we'll check the first conditions. 5 plus minus 2 is equal to plus 3. Okay, 5 minus 2 is equals to plus 3, the sign of a bigger number. What do we need here is minus 3 and not plus 3. Okay, so sign should be with 5, the bigger number. So the factors would be minus 5 and plus 2. Let's check. Minus 5 into 2 will give me minus 10. Minus 5 plus 2 will give me minus 3. Okay, so this condition and this condition both are satisfied. Okay, we have the question x square minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0, and we just found out that the factors here should be minus 5 and plus 2. This will come in rough work, and now therefore x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. We split the middle term into minus 5x plus 2x. Minus 5 into 2 is minus 10. Okay, you got it. And minus 5 plus 2 will be minus 3. We'll solve this equation. We'll remove the common term between the first and the second. Okay, here x square and minus 5x has x in common, so we'll remove that x. Remaining from here is x, minus x is removed outside, so we left with minus 5. Again do the same with these two terms. We'll remove the common factor 2, x minus 5 2's is 10 is equals to 0. See, x into x, x square, x into minus 5, minus 5x, 2 into x is 2x, 2 into minus 5 is minus 10 is equals to 0. Again, we'll remove common factor from this term and this term. Therefore, x minus 5, x plus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, x into x plus 2. Okay, see, we have removed x minus 5 we have x minus 5 in this term also and x minus 5 in this term also. So we've removed x minus 5 common and we are left with x plus 2. Okay, so therefore when see a into b is equals to 0, so we can say that either a is equals to 0 or a is equals to 0 or b is equals to 0, both can be true, right? So we'll do the same here. X minus 5 can be 0 or x plus 2 can be 0. We have solving this, x minus 5 is equals to 0, will bring minus 5 to the right hand side and we'll get x equals to 5 or x equals to minus 2. So we have two values for x equals to 5 and x equals to minus 2. So always remember there will be two values for x. There will be two values for x because we have a quadratic equation and the power of x, the highest power of x is x square. Okay, when the power of x is 3, whenever in a polynomial when the power of x is 3, we have three values. Okay, we'll begin with another example. 2x square plus x minus 6 is equals to 0. Okay, so what do we do first? We multiply this number with this, the first term and the last term. Do it in rough work. We get minus 12. We have to split the middle term. Okay, we have plus 1 as middle term. Okay, so we have to split minus 12 such that when we add these two numbers we get plus 1 and when we multiply these two numbers we get minus 12. Okay, and remember we have plus sign over here. Okay, so we can get 4 and minus 3. See, 4 into minus 3 is minus 12. 4 plus minus 3 is, see, 4 plus minus 3 is 1. Okay, so we are getting the middle term here. We'll split 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equals to 0. Okay, we'll remove the common factor from these two terms, which is 2x. What we are left with, x. See, 2x into x is 2x square plus 2. 2x into 2 is 4x. Again we'll do the same with these two terms. What we have in common is minus 3. We are left with x. Minus 3 into x is minus 3x. And again here minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. Okay, is equals to 0. Again we have something common in between these two terms. Therefore x plus 2, 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. So either this could be equals to 0 or this could be equals to 0. Therefore x plus 2 is equals to 0 or 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Therefore x equals to minus 2 or 2x equals to 3, x equals to 3 upon 2. We got two solutions for this equation. Okay, we have another example. This one is a bit tricky. Root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so the same rule, first term into last term. What is first term? Root 2 into what is the last term? 5 root 2. Okay, so 5 root 2 into root 2, 2, which is equals to 10. Okay, so we have to split 10 in such way that when we multiply these two terms we'll get 10 and when we add we'll get 7, that is the middle term. Okay, I hope you got it. Root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equals to 0. how do we split this 7x as 5x plus 2x? See, 5 and 2, 5 2s is 10 and 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, and will again we have something in common between these two factors. Therefore x root 2x plus 5 plus, again we have something in common. Okay, will remove root 2x plus 5 is equals to 0. Always remember, when you are doing sums, always remember that these two terms, the thing in the bracket will always be same. Okay, if they are not, just review your solution. There will be something that you have done wrong. Okay, these two has to be same. So in the next step, when we do the next step, we'll bring this outside because they are common. X plus root 2 is equals to 0. Okay, these two factors in these both the terms are common. Next step will be root 2x plus 5 is equals to 0, or x plus root 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so root 2x is equals to minus 5, x will be minus 5 upon root 2, or x will be minus root 2. We've got the two solutions. Okay, so whenever there is square root, just don't hesitate. Okay, just follow the steps, you'll get to the answers. It is much easier than it appears. Now we have a problem. Okay, what problem do we have? There is a cottage industry. Okay, they are producing something. Okay, we have the product as toys. Okay, now the problem says that a cottage industry which produces toys, okay, in a day they produce certain number of toys. Okay, and the cost of production of each toy is 55 rupees minus the total number of toys. Okay, we assume that this will be x, so this will be 55 minus x. Okay, and it also further says that on a particular day the total cost of production of all the toys, okay, of all the toys was 750 rupees. So what will be the total cost of production? See, number of toys produced were x, the cost of production of each toy was 55 minus x. So total cost will be 55 minus x into x, cost of each toy and total number of toys, this will be 750. Okay, and we have to find the total number of toys produced. So basically we have to find the solution for this equation. Okay, that's what the problem says. Now solving this equation further, we'll open the brackets, will give me 55x minus x square is equals to 750. The variable with highest power is in negative, and that doesn't suit the equation, so we'll multiply throughout by minus sign, or simply bring these two terms on right hand side. So it will become x square, minus will become positive, and this positive will become negative. Okay, and this is already on the right side. 750 is equals to 0. Now see, starting with the problem, toys, each toy, production cost, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, we ultimately ended up on a quadratic equation. quadratic equation. We have to solve this equation to find x, and what is x? It is the certain number of toys that was produced in a day. Okay, so how do we do? Again, the first step was we have to multiply this, the first term and the second term, that appears to be 750 only. 750 into 1, 750. We have to split this 750, okay, in such that we get two numbers. If we multiply this, we get 750. If we add, we will get middle term. Okay, so what will be the factors? The main problem is what will be the factors. See, the simple trick is 750 divide. This will be divisible with 2. 2 3s are 6, remainder is 1. 2 7s are 14, remainder is 1. 2 5s are 10. Again, will this be divisible with 2, 3 or 5? This will be divisible with 5. 5 7s are 35, remainder is 2. 5 5s are 25. Okay, again 5 1s are, remainder is 2. 5 5s are, again 5 3s are, and 3 1s are. Okay, so the trick is we have to apply certain combinations to get this number. Okay, so now what do we do? See, 5 2s are 10, 10 5s are 50, and this 3 5s are 15. So 50 and 15 doesn't suit. We'll do again. 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25. Okay, 3 5s are 15, 15 2s are 30. Okay, so see, 25 into 13, 25 3s are 75, and 1 0, so 750. We are getting this number when we multiply. And what do we get if we add 25 and 30? 25 and 30 will be, if we simply add these terms, we'll get 55. Okay, 55, but we need negative sign here. So what do? We'll give negative sign to both, so that minus 25 and minus 30, when we add, we'll get minus 55, and when we multiply both these, minus into minus will become positive. Okay, so x square minus 25x minus 30x plus 750 is equals to 0. Therefore, again remove the common factor from both these terms. X minus 25 minus 30, x minus 25 is equals to 0. Therefore, again x minus 25, x minus 30 is equals to 0. Therefore, x minus 25 can be 0, or x minus 30 can be 0. So x can be 25 or x can be 30. Okay, so certain number of toys can be 25 or 30, and the cost for production will be 55 minus x. If the number of toys is 25, then the cost of production will be 30, and if the number of toys are 30, the cost of production will be 25. Okay, now there are few more problems, but I won't be solving them all. Okay, see, first problem is there one boy and a girl named John and Jivanti. They have marbles. They have total marbles is 45. Okay, total number of marbles including John and Jivanti have 45. Okay, so let's assume John has x number of marble, so Jivanti would be having 45 minus x, obviously. Okay, and the question for this says when they both loses 5 marbles. So when they both loses 5 marbles, that is John has now x minus 5 marble, and Jivanti has 45 minus x minus 5, that is 45 minus 5 is 40 minus x. Okay, then the product x minus 5 and 40 minus x will be 124. So I want you guys to solve this equation. Okay, I want you guys to solve this equation and find the value of x. Okay, you'll get two values. Okay, so one will be of John and another will be of Jivanti. Okay, this is, consider this as homework for you guys. Okay, we are done with exercise 4.2. In the next video we'll continue with 4.3, that was solving these equations using completing the square method. Completing the square. Okay, thank you guys. Happy Independence Day. Thank you again.